The deal that would have sent Dwight Howard to the Nets is dead. The man who broke the story, Rick Bucher, joins us now here on SportsCenter. And Rick, a deal seemed to be very close between the two parties. Eventually, what was it that killed this off?
The imposed deadline that the Nets brought out this morning, or that sources said that the Nets were imposing, that they needed to know one way or another whether they were going to get Dwight Howard by the end of today, prompted the Magic and the Nets to go back to the table and try to work out a direct deal. And those attempts would have included at least four first-round picks, Brook Lopez and Chris Humphries in sign-and-trade deals. And ultimately, it wasn't enough for the Magic. And so sources say that they have turned the page. The Nets have said, hey, look, we had our deadline. That's the best we could do under the circumstances. So now it remains to be seen where Dwight Howard goes, but by all indications, it will not be to the Brooklyn Nets. Before
we talk about Dwight Howard and where he may end up with the Nets, does this mean they stand pat? Will they be looking for an alternative for Dwight Howard as a big man?
They have it in Brook Lopez. I mean, they can re-sign him back. They have Gerald Wallace. They have the ability to either translate Chris Humphries into another piece, another big man, or sign him. He is their free agent. So when you look at their team, I mean, they're a pretty good team as is. Dwight Howard would have certainly been a huge cherry on top, but it's not as if they are not a playoff team as already constituted.
Won't be a high seed, maybe a low seed there in the Eastern Conference setup. This certainly opens the door. I would imagine it'd be hard to believe that Dwight Howard returns to Orlando. What is the possibility that he ends up with another team? We certainly have heard the names Houston and the Lakers.
Well, this is where it gets tricky, because the Orlando Magic do not want to start the season with Dwight Howard in a Magic uniform, and nor does he. And so he has to go somewhere, but he's going to go somewhere where they cannot count on him signing an extension. So as much as people might look at this offer now and say, well, you know, the Magic deservedly should have looked for more than they could get out of this deal, the question remains, what are they going to get for Dwight Howard now, knowing that you are renting a player potentially for only one season, and a season that he may not start, very likely may not start on time because he's still recovering from back surgery?